Hi everyone. I'm glad to see you back. I hope everybody had a great summer. So I'm going to kind of introduce you to the course you're taking and then go into some of the kind of introductory lecture in this tutorial today. So first off, I know some of you, when you signed up in the spring, you were expecting to be in a room with Dr. Shepard. Well, Dr. Shepard has moved to the University of Arkansas, so he's no longer here at Louisiana Tech. So I'm taking over, and I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to get to know some of you, hopefully. I know it's a little bit harder through this asynchronous online thing, but feel free to come by my office and introduce yourself so I can put a face with a name, or send me an email and you can introduce yourself. You don't have to, no big deal, but I just want you to know if you have questions, email is a great way to get in touch with me. I'll go over my office hours here in a little bit, but that's a great time to come by and talk to me in person if you're located here in Ruston. So I do just want to introduce myself a little bit. Some of you know me from taking 212, but I'm Dr. Julia Earle. I teach in the biology and environmental science programs, and I do research on conservation biology and aquatic ecology. I've lived a lot of different places and gone to school a lot of different places. I did my undergraduate at Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia. I did my master's at Murray State in Kentucky, and I did my PhD at the University of Missouri, right there in the middle of Missouri in Columbia. So I've been here 6 years. This is my first time teaching this class though, but it overlaps with a lot of my other teaching and with some of my research areas. So I do have this active research lab on campus. I have undergraduates and graduate students working in there. If you're really interested in aquatic insects or maybe even amphibians, I do some work on amphibians, but most of what we're doing right now in my lab has to do with aquatic insects and water quality. You might be interested in checking out some of what we do. So just kind of get into the class. The syllabus is posted on Moodle, and obviously you already found Moodle and the Moodle page and seen a little bit about how it's set up if you made it to this recording. But a lot of questions you might have can be answered by reading the syllabus. You can see all my policies, including like late policies. You can get more information on the textbook and my office hours. If you forget what my email or where my office is, that's all in the syllabus. There's also information on like what to do if you're sick, and a schedule, a projected schedule. It is possible that I'll move things around a little bit if we're behind or ahead or something like that. But you'll see what dates quizzes are scheduled for and what's due when, though that'll also be on the Moodle page for each week so that it's very clear and you can find what you need. You should make sure that you're looking at the Moodle page that says Meta on it. I think that they've hidden the other Moodle pages for your particular section from you, but just in case you have two that say 211 on them, you should be looking at the Meta one. The other one will be empty. And then here at the bottom we have the textbook. So it will be helpful to have the textbook. There aren't any exercises or anything that you have to do out of the textbook, but if there are any concepts that are confusing, it may be helpful to read how somebody else explains something. So I'm going to be giving these lectures and I will explain everything. But if something's not making sense to you, sometimes it helps to hear a different person explain it in a slightly different way with different words. So I highly recommend that if you're confused, you go in and read the textbook. So our textbook is called Environmental Science, a Global Concern. I'm working with the 15th edition, but I really don't care if you have the 14th, 15th, and then I think there's even a 16th edition, it really doesn't matter. Most of the concepts are the same. So how is this class going to be? So as you know, it's asynchronous online. Because it was originally scheduled for Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I went ahead and set it up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But if that doesn't work for you, the stuff will be up ahead of time. So if you want to do it, like work on it Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, or something like that, or if you want to do a lot of things on Sunday and the rest of it on Wednesday, it doesn't really matter that much, except that the quizzes will only be open for a few days each week. So you won't be able to totally pick how you do it, but things will be up ahead of time enough that if there are some days that you have available, you can get your work done then, and then get them done other days. The first part is that there will be recorded lectures like you're looking at right now. So they'll be put into tutorials where you'll watch different segments of the lecture and then answer a few questions to make sure you understood the material. You can take these as many times as you like, but I will point out that I can see how long it took you to do it, and the first time you do it, it should take at least as long as it takes to watch all the videos. So I may adjust it so that you can't take it so many times if nobody's watching the videos. Excuse me. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold. So that's the main part of the class is these tutorials. They're each worth 10 points. So if you miss one, it's probably not the end of the world. But if you miss a lot of them, it will add up to a decent amount of points. To make sure you really understood the material and that you're progressing through the course, there are going to be weekly quizzes over the week's material. So there will be 9 of these, and you will only get 1 attempt on these. So these you actually need to study, and I'll go through the details of these more in a little bit. There will also be study materials in a folder for each week for each quiz that have all the PowerPoint slides and a term list with all the important terms that you need to know for that quiz. Finally, the last part of your grade will be a cumulative final exam on the very last Monday of the quarter. So what will most weeks look like? You'll have a tutorial to do on Monday and Wednesday, and again, if you want to do them on Tuesday and Thursday, I'm not going to be real strict about these Monday, Wednesday deadlines. The quiz will be strict, but the tutorials will be less strict. But you do need to get them done before you take the quiz, or you will not be prepared for the quiz. So you will have tutorials Monday and Wednesday to account for a full class period. So they should probably take you around 1 hour and 15 minutes, just like a regular class would, maybe a little bit longer because normally you need to do assignments and studying outside of class. Friday, there will be a partial lecture tutorial, and then there will be a quiz on Moodle that will open on Friday morning and will be due by 11:59 p.m. on that Sunday. So you have almost 3 days to get the quiz done. And so there's lots of time if your schedule is not this Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So a little bit more about these quizzes, just so you know what's going to happen. They are timed. You only get 15 minutes to do them. They include multiple choice and short answer questions, and they are open book and open note. What that means is you can use your textbook. You may use the PowerPoints that I put in the study materials. You can use any notes that you take while watching the lectures. If you want to fill out the term list and put all the definitions in, you can use that. What you may not use is the internet. So you should not be Googling or any other site to find the answers to the quiz. You may not use artificial intelligence, so ChatGPT or any other form of artificial intelligence. You should not be typing things in to generate your answers. And you also may not consult any other person. So you should not be taking the quiz next to somebody from the class at the same time and discussing it with them. This is an individual assignment and you are expected to complete it on your own. You may also not talk to anybody else about it. So while that quiz is open, I expect you not to be talking to other people in the class or outside of the class about the quiz. Now, while it's open book and open note, I do want to emphasize that you do still need to study. So the open book, open note is one, so I don't have to like spend a lot of time tracking down people that aren't doing what they're supposed to do. So, and it's also so that, you know, if you study and know most of the answers and you get to one question and you just go, oh man, I remember reading about that, but I just can't remember the answer. If you've looked at your notes enough, you will know where that is in your notes and you can look that one up and it'll boost your score just a little bit. And hopefully it'll help you remember that material a little bit better. So it's not meant to be out there to get you or anything. It's meant to help you. But I do want you to do your own work and prepare ahead of time. If you try to look up every answer, you won't finish on time. And that's the number one complaint I get when I do these online quizzes or tests, is that people don't have enough time. And it's usually just because people are spending too much time looking up answers and they didn't spend enough time studying ahead of time.